Hello, true art believers, and welcome to tonight's live art stream. It's just late at night, and I'm going to be drawing feet. Yeah, buddy, drawing feet late at night. And it is day 239 of 300 days of drawing. Woo! Let's get to it. How about it? It's pretty late. Let's get the stuff going, Let's get it out of the way. Get some, yeah, let's get it going. Hello, hello, hello. I hope you are having a wonderful day. Let's see. Let me get my brush here. Hit my get my brush. Let me find it here. Hard edge. There we go. We got some little dots here. All right. So that's what we want. We're going to get the hard edge. And yeah, we'll use the blue. Use like a blue, but we won't use this size. Right. Okay. So we're going to start by warming up. Just like before, but we're just going to start by warming up with just triangle shapes, because we're just going to try to get used to drawing feet and just kind of get like loosey goosey here. Hit the time lapse button here, kind of get loosey goosey, just get loosey goosey doing triangles that are supposed to be like representative of feet. So we're going to do a bunch of triangles here. Let's do them over and over again like this. Just simple little triangles that I'm going to sit back and start modifying later on. Not right now. We're not going to modify these. We're just going to get used to drawing, and I want to kind of just get used to drawing because it's been like a minute, and by a minute it's been like 8 hours, and by a minute it also means that I should be in bed. I should be in bed right now, but I've stuck to this program of doing 100 days, 200 days, 300 days of drawing, and this is what I'm focusing on right now. I started out with clouds. I didn't like doing clouds. I still do them in the morning, but I think I'm a little bit more happy and content just practicing figure studies. And I got a few things I want to start doing in the future, which is going to be using like anatomy books and doing like really in-depth anatomy studies as opposed to kind of just like sketches. So I think I'm going to start by doing the skull, and I'm going to move all the way down to body until I get to the feet. And like, we'll see what happens. We'll see what happens. Okay. So I think that's good there. Now, I want to kind of change that shape a little bit, and we're going to do something a little bit different. And we're going to make something like this. All right. I'm going to do another one. And this is something I didn't come up with this. This is like someone else's like kind of like structure analysis, and I'm just kind of changing it up or maybe I'm putting my own spin on it. I don't know. And this is supposed to be kind of like a way to kind of start your feet structures. And I'm just kind of warming up to it, and it takes me a while to warm up. So I might not get a lot done in this live stream because of how late it is, and I find myself at this time frame noticing like how like tired I am, and my decision making is off. So okay, let's do something a little bit less like a shoe. These feel like a shoe with heels on it. So we're gonna make it feel more like a sweeping motion. Something like this. And then there's this ball joint here that's supposed to be like a signifier for the like the toes, I guess. And then this is something I've been kind of, and then we have something that I learned recently from I think Proco. So this is kind of like a simplified version of of his drawing. And I'm probably using the wrong brush for this type of stuff. I don't know what kind of brush everyone uses, but like I just don't get it. Oh, I have the flow weird. What's the flow mean? What does the flow mean? I need to figure out what that means. So now we're just going to kind of create like a structure here. Okay. Let's do another one. Zoom out here real quick. And we're just going to keep doing a few more and more and more, just kind of get a little bit better at it each time. And I'm not saying this is going to be, I'm not going to really get much done today. I really do feel it, that it's going to be kind of like just a study of sorts. All right. Now, let's see if I can make a, we're going to, do like a side view version of it. A side view. Or like a side version of it. I'm never really one for having clean lines, especially at the sketching phase. I never really had that like ability. Well, I've gotten better, but like it might be what I'm using. It might be the the pencil. I don't know. It could be what I'm using that is kind of causing an error. So we're just kind of playing around here. I'm treating this like a more like this is from a this is my like iteration of this other artist who does the same type of stuff, or not the same type of stuff, but like who who showed this type of strategy. So like you're supposed to treat like the tibia and fibula, or is it fibula, or is it fibula and tibia and fibula? Well, there's this area, the around the ankle, and it looks kind of like a wrench. Not This is not my ideas. This is someone else's breakdown, and you have I don't remember what that muscle is, but there's that bone, that hinge bone on your foot that allows it to kind of go back and forth. You know, and then there's supposed to be like this other hinge point that's supposed to kind of represent like the movement of the feet. I swear, when I do my sketches in my sketchbook, they're much better than this. So this is just me kind of thinking about how, like, looking at some other people's strategies and seeing how I can implement it. This one doesn't feel too natural. So notice how it's just getting, every time I do it, they get a little bit more tighter, they get a little bit cleaner, and so forth. So we'll just kind of move that out of the way, add another layer or two, and we're just going to keep drawing, and then we're going to see what happens. you know? So let's see here. So let's play around like the bone that your foot is on acts kind of like a hinge. So this is supposed to be like your tibia and fibula. And then the foot, you know, the foot kind of like, so you have your foot right here. I forgot the name of this bone. I wrote it down. I'm not getting the right shape down on this, but like I'm making it more like a wedge, and it's really not like that. So like this kind of is supposed to kind of go in your ankle here, right? This is supposed to be your right here is supposed to be like your ankle, right? Yeah, so this is just me kind of thinking this through. Nothing really special. I should have brought out my sketchbook and just played around with that. Well, I mean, use it as a reference point. Man, I'm doing bad today. Everything's off. Yeah, just playing around. I don't have any expectations for these drawings today. I'm just um I'm just working with them and just thinking about like these feet as simple structures. And I probably need to go back and reference see what the other artists were doing and trying to see if I can uh, emulate their process a little bit better because I'm a little bit it's a little bit man. The ink brush has not forgiving. at all. Not forgiving at all. I think I don't know if I have it on smoothing. Is that what it means? Does that mean like is that I need to look into what's going on because there apparently some feature that is it's called smoothing, I think, for Photoshop, and it's supposed to supposedly smooth your lines. And I don't know if I have it on. And if I do have it on, I need to turn it off. And if it's off, then I leave it off because otherwise, I don't want to. I want to like improve my line quality. Like, cause it's a little bit different on like on the computer. Like, it's just everything's just different. Oops, that's better than nothing. Like that. I don't know. Let's see here. Okay, now we're just going to kind of do this. Hold on now. Very difficult. Yeah, something like that. We'll see. Anyways, and then you have this kind of hmm. Wow, I am having a rough time of it today, fellas. Oh, what? No wonder. Opacity's down. I was like, this feels like it's not, it feels like some of these lines are like transparent. I was like, what is going on? Probably a good thing though. Look how shaky that is. If you're wondering why I'm doing it over and over again, for one, the repetition aspect. For two, I want it to be I want to have some clean lines here without like I don't know why I keep backing out of it. I just feel that like I need to get a crisp line, and I'm looking for a specific line when I'm doing that, and I don't want a jagged line. And the only way to improve your line quality is just to kind of do over and over again, regardless on whether or not you're getting any closer to done on on these drawings. Like, because these are just sketches, and I don't really see myself getting much more done today. Um, just because I don't think a lot's going to happen between now and the next 10 minutes, maybe a few extra things. I might do something else. I might get a little bit done here and there, but today was just a starting point for this new idea, and to kind of remember what I was studying earlier. So what I was doing earlier was I was studying this type of methodology, and or this technique. And what I'm trying to do is I'm trying to remember exactly like the structures that I was looking into. So that's why they're not actually that like they're not like great. They're kind of they really are. It's not that good. There it's everything is kind of jagged and rough. So yeah, that's why I keep doing things over and over again. And each thing I'm trying to remember like the structure that I was learning earlier this morning. And I kind of I remembered a little bit, and that's good. Is that you want to be able to retain some of the things that you were studying, and that's what I'm trying to do is retain some of the things that I'm studying on in this subject. Anyways, this is supposed to kind of be like the was it the TARDIS, the the tarsal torso? I don't remember. I remember like on the big toe, like the the bone from early, like the bone, not. I just did a little bit. I've been studying this stuff, so I've been trying to remember it. So like I think either this is the phalanx one or two. It's either one or two. I don't remember. And then this is either the phalanx one or two as well. I don't. So it's one or two. So like that's the big toe bone structure. That's what I remember. So I have been studying it, and there has been some growth between last drawing session and this drawing session, right? And there's been some knowledge that I've been kind of acquiring along the way. And I think with each week, I'm going to get a little bit better, and I'll be able to explain these concepts more and more. And I'll understand how to use some of these brushes better because I've only really done a few brushes on Photoshop. Like I don't really do a lot of different, I don't use a variety of brushes. So my knowledge in brushes on Photoshop, whoa, is quite sparse, and it's not really good to kind of. It's not like a thing that's really. You don't want to brag about that. Let's just say that. There you go. Anyways, so yeah, I don't remember much. This is all I really remember is like this kind of the shape of the foot. Still feels very stiff, don't you say? Don't you think? It feels very stiff to me. Perhaps I'll find that brush that feels kind of like it's got that organic feel of like a pen or a pencil, but I haven't found one yet. How about this? All right, so now let's go and apparently I'm going to try to do it again. Let's just do a profile again. I think having studying the studying these forms simple and then going to simple to complex is the way to be is kind of like the way to kind of pursue this. And so that's what I've been trying to do is to kind of look at these structures differently and to think of them as like kind of like these mechanical like structures as opposed to just bones, right? So that's what I've been looking at. I've been looking at other artists and seeing what they're doing and seeing how they're constructing their forms and just playing around with it. I don't really have any big like expectations or I don't really have anything else new to kind of add to this simply because it's pretty darn late and I wasn't expecting to be up this late. I was it was a long day. It was a long day and I think we all been in those situations where you have those days where like you're like, "Oh my gosh, I have this one last thing I got to do before I go to bed. Why oh why do I have to do it now?" You know? I'm just going to kind of draw like just kind of do it really quickly because I only have a few seconds. I only have less than a minute to kind of work on these. I don't have much to say like I did last time because this is kind of a new thought process for me, a new thing that I was looking at, and I don't have enough knowledge at this point to kind of really discuss it in depth. So once I get a little bit more under my belt as far as how to implement this idea, and maybe get a little bit better at sketching or using the brushes. I don't know what kind of brushes everyone uses. I think they're doing something I'm not using. They're using a brush. They have a certain brush at a certain setting that is just like the perfect sketching brush. And I don't even know what that is. I just when I think I found it, I feel like I start messing up. Anyways, so you have like this simple little like hook form like that with a they're supposed to kind of represent the pads of the feet, right? And then that's supposed to be the arch, and this is technically supposed to be kind of like the heel of your foot, right? So it's supposed to be kind of like you do something like this, and then technically your feet would go, your pads of your feet. You got your ankle right here. Your Achilles would connect to this heel part, right? And then your toes are kind of that's going to be jetting off on the side there. But that's essentially why you have that form there. So that's what I kind of that's where I kind of came up to that kind of solution at this point. So this is it for the day. I'm gonna just put my name here, my little and put a John Hancock. Let's put like a P21. Very easy day today. Not gonna do anything special. Day 239. Didn't really get much done. In fact, I actually kind of slowed down quite a bit because I was having a little bit of like not anxiety, but like reservations on my actions. So and that's partially because it's late, but you know, it happens. 239 out of 300. All right, so that's it for the day. And we only did a few things here. Let's kind of go back and see what we did. We did do a few things. I totally forgot about that. And we did those triangle studies. Then we jumped to this. Then we jumped to this and this. So we had a little bit of work. Anyways, I hope you enjoyed today's live art stream. Hope you got a little bit of some insight on different ways of looking at feet, and maybe you might be able to introduce them into your own drawing techniques and style. I hope you enjoyed today's live art stream. This is Pierson. I am the #1 live art streamer in the world, and if you haven't already, please hit the subscribe button. I got to get going. You have a wonderful night. Cheers.